What's up, everybody? This is the Aeropress Go. Let's get into it. So this coffee maker is designed specifically for travelers in mind and people that like to go camping especially. So of course we just have this silicone lid. Inside of it, we have this little case that kind of houses all of the paper filters that we have. So the outer shell of this is a mug that you can use. It's a somewhat thick plastic mug. All right, and inside of this we have a scoop that scoops out about 14 grams of beans. And also a collapsible stir stick. Very convenient. So this is our filter cap. We're gonna be placing our paper filter right inside of here. And if we just take these apart, we have the plunger with the rubber gasket and the brew chamber. So the way that we're gonna be brewing this is the inverted method. We're gonna be putting our coffee and our water inside of here and letting it steep for a minute or two. So I'm just gonna take one of these paper filters here, place it inside of my filter basket, and I'm gonna be preheating this as well. That's gonna be able to get rid of a lot of the paper taste that's inside of this filter. All right, so I've just got hot water. I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my mug. I'm only gonna fill it about halfway since this will only make about half a cup of coffee. But even though it only brews half a cup of coffee, it will be a very strong cup. A lot of people compare coffee from an Aeropress to an espresso. In terms of strength at least, it's not technically espresso, it's not quite there yet, but it can definitely be used to make some sort of like makeshift latte. And I've also preheated my filter cap as well, so that gets rid of all of that papery taste. And we don't need that. Wow, nice throw, bud. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is weigh out and grind 14 grams of beans. Now this grind size is gonna be just a little bit finer than sand. All right, and for this, I'm gonna be using Charleston Coffee Roasters Kiowa Organic Blend. It's a dark roast. Yes. And if you're using a Brazza Encore as well, it's gonna be ground on a size 12. All right, so I've got 14 grams here. I'm just gonna go ahead and carefully load it into our Aeropress. And I'm gonna shake it out just to make sure it's nice and level. All right, so what's next that we're gonna do? We're gonna take water that's about 30 seconds off the boil and use that to start steeping with. Oh, forgot to set the timer. So what we're gonna be doing is filling this up about halfway or so and then stirring it, making sure that all of the grounds are nice and saturated. All right. And we'll go a little bit above half for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start a timer for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And let's go ahead and give this a stir. You'll notice that it starts bubbling up a lot. That's just air and carbon dioxide that needs to be released as well. All right, so once it is nice and stirred, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it all the way. Leave probably maybe a centimeter of room. And there we go. Now we're just gonna let that sit for the remaining time. I have about 1 minute and 50 seconds left. And now we wait. Do I have time? Yeah, I do. I'm backwards. I know. What up? Oh.
I'm still trying to figure out if I'm goofy footed or regular. I think I'm regular, but like I'm having difficulty balancing on my left leg when I go to kick. Also, maybe I'm just not bending my left leg quite enough. I'm not
really sure yet. This has got to be hilarious to watch on the screen. It's just me going back and forth. So stupid. Yeah. Oh, let's go ahead and dump out our water. I'm a bit late. All right, so our timer went off. Let's go ahead and carefully flip this over, just like that. And we want to push down. We don't want to push down too hard. That's going to lead to a bit of over extraction and bitterness in the cup. We want to aim for maybe around 30 to 45 seconds of extraction time. Dun, dun, dun. It's nice sunset outside right now. We're gonna listen out for a hissing sound. There it is. All right, so what we do here is we just take it carefully off. There's gonna be a little bit of spillage here. And here we are. We have a cup of coffee. Like I said, it's gonna be a little bit lower in terms of amounts, but it's gonna be a lot stronger. Make sure you give this just a second to cool off first before you drink it, or else you might like scorch your tongue. And that's never fun. That was a nice clean puck. Nice. But yeah, that's it. Let's give it a shot. Ooh, that is hot. Yeah, that's very hot. Cheers. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot stronger. Yeah, that's definitely, for a lot of people, this would be really good with a fair amount of cream and sugar in it. This is about the strongest that I'll drink, a black cup of coffee. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up and prepare for how to make an iced version of this. All right, we're all cleaned up. Let's make an iced version of this Aeropress. So of course this is an iced coffee that we're gonna end up with, but we're still gonna be brewing it hot. What we're gonna be doing though is substituting some of the hot water that we used to brew with for ice instead. And also we're gonna be increasing the amount of coffee that we actually use to brew with. We're gonna be doing 18 grams of coffee with 87 grams of ice. We're gonna be using the same grind size that we do for a hot Aeropress, and we're gonna be using the same coffee as well from Charleston. From Charleston. So we're gonna be weighing out 18 grams of beans. There we go. Okay. 18 grams going in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pre-soak my filter as well. So we have our coffee ready to go. And we're also gonna be brewing this in the inverted method as well, the same way that we did the last time. So again, we're gonna be using water that's 30 seconds off the boil. So I'm gonna go ahead and load my grounds into here. I'm gonna go ahead and shake this out to level it. And for this, we're gonna be weighing out 137 grams of water to brew with and 87 grams of ice. All right, close enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and start a timer for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and give this a nice stir to make sure everything is nice and saturated. All right, once we do that, let's go ahead and take our cap with our preheated filter and set it on top. I hate that sound. Let's go ahead and weigh out our 87 grams of ice. I would have cried if I didn't have any ice ready. Make sure you wash your hands. So weighed out 90 grams of ice here. It's a little bit over 87 of course, but 3 grams won't really hurt anything. All right, so the timer is up. Let's go ahead and carefully flip this over on top. With this cup that I'm using here, it's gonna be a little bit snug, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and push down. This time the extraction will be more around 20 seconds to 30 seconds. But again, we're gonna be listening out for that hissing sound. And whenever you're brewing this too, make sure that you have like a glass or a mug, even that's just a little bit thicker. All right, so we hear that hissing sound. Just gonna carefully take this off. There we go. Now this is very hot right now. So what we're gonna be doing is swirling it around. This might take just 30 seconds or so. Just make sure you swirl it around until either all of the ice is melted or until it stops melting. That means it's just as cold as it's probably gonna get. All right, so my ice cubes, they're not completely melted. They've kind of stopped melting. But I'm gonna add a few more cubes to it. Yeah, there we go, nice. And this is a very delicious way to have like an iced latte, if you will. It's more of an iced coffee, just a very strong iced coffee with some milk or cream, sugar, however you like to dress it up really. I think I'm just gonna drink this black, but still, absolutely. Yeah, easy. It's solid. Because we brewed it with hot water, there's still a nice presence of acidity in it. It's not like cold brew where basically all the acidity is gone. It's very smooth, it's very strong. I think I need to ride to this. Careful. Anyways, I'll finish this video out on the board. Oh dear. Nope, that's not happening. Well, I do hope you enjoy. So yeah, let me know what you think. This is, again, one of my favorite ways to drink coffee, especially during a nice hot day in the summer. As always, spread love and kindness, and I will see you in the next video.